Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without leave. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boyz who take the lead.
Ball shot.
Greetings, sports fans. Welcome to BCN Sports Halftime Show. And again, I click the watch along button. My name is Benton along with Jaw. Junior, Wagwan, family, how you stay?
I'm good enough. I'm good. I'm very proud. Very proud day for us today.
It's a day to full jive ourselves for all Reggae Boys and Reggae Girls fans.
And cricket fans.
And cricket. Well, let's not get carried away with the side over there, but yeah, we'll take the wins. Jump Pack Show. By the way, BCN Sports. Welcome to BCN Sports Halftime Show. Welcome to those new subscribers. Welcome. Big up. Remember to smash the like button. We have a Jam Pack Show. We have young Reggae Boys, Jamaica's young Reggae Boys qualified for the Under-17 World Cup. We'll discuss their monumental achievement. Third of these young u17 Reggae Boys to qualify for this edition of this format. So big up on yourself. We're going to celebrate the young Reggae Boys. We have a lot of news coming out of the English Premier League. In the last hour, Sean Dyche is out at Nottingham Forest. There's a brief statement from the club. We'll go ahead and get our thoughts on that. We'll also discuss Thomas Frank also being out at I don't know, Junior, what going on over English Premier League?
Yeah, it made sense though. When I look at the schedule, we talk about it. This is the right time to make some changes.
All right, and we'll discuss some cricket news and some other news at the back end as West Indies cricket team made it 2-2 at the men's T20 World Cup, and Pakistan U-turn and decided to play the game against India after boycotting, saying that they boycotted the game. All right, let's start with the young Reggae Boys. Junior, the boys did it. They achieved the objective. Congrats. They made it to qualified for the U17 World Cup. You watched the game, needed only a point, but came away with a 3-1 victory in the end.
Yeah, and I must apologize to them. Big up to Altiman Butler, Freddie Butler, member of the coaching staff, and he's also an alumni of the show, and a member of the BCN family, right? So, when the tournament started, I remember that Sunday show you asked about my thoughts on going into the Under-17 World Cup qualifiers. And I remember telling you clearly that I really don't care, because where Jamaica is they are always good up until they play Canada, Mexico, or America, right? And looking at the game today, they are that much better than the Canadians Under-17 team. Now, I think the benefit that Jamaica have is that they have a balanced team. They have a very good all-round team. What hurt Canada is you have a couple very good players, and you have a couple players that just don't belong on the field. And Jamaica showed their balance and showed their maturity today in the game. It was a well-deserved win. It started out shaky. To me, they started like they were a little bit afraid of Canada, and then reality kind of set in, and then they stamped the class. So it's a very good game, very good result for them. And we're going back to the same old story. Young boys play well. How does this transition to the next level?
Yeah, I mean, for me, we'll pluck that chicken when we get to that part, or cross that bridge when we get to it. But ultimately, the fact that they had this achievement, it's a step in the right direction. We always know the talent is there on the island. I mean, we don't know. We have watched these boys at Manning and Da Costa Cup, and them can play ball. I mean, and big up to coach. Is it the fact that Wendell Downswell joined the coaching staff, because he led this this coaching contingency, coaching group, right?
That's an easy card to draw. And sure, sure. But that's too easy of a card to draw. Like, because of Wendell Downswell that got this retirement job, he now can put all his energy in developing the young boys. It's too easy of a call.
I'm looking to see more of this coming down the pike, then. More sort of youth development and from Mr. Wendell Downswell, because ultimately, I mean, this is where you kind of develop and improve and kind of incorporate essential skills in players that you want to translate at the senior level, right? I mean,
right.
But I can't say enough about it. And big up to the JFF. Congrats to the JFF, the Jamaica Football Federation administration. Big up to them, because they deserve this. This occurred on their watch, the Ricketts administration. So we have to give them credit, because they butter bruise Aruba. I mean, and in the past, in recent memory, some of our teams have played down to the competition. But I think butter bruise in Aruba really kind of set the stage for this game today, knowing that they only needed a point going into that final game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could look at it that way, but Canada wasn't that impressive. It's not like, and all Canada needed to do was win the game. So it's not like coming into the game and, oh my God, Jamaica has such a superior goal difference and blah. No, just go win the game. And Canada, like I said, the start of the game, they showed signs where they could be threatening. But then Jamaica just slowly took the game over. I don't know if it's fitness. It could be fitness. It could be fitness could be a part of it. But for me, I just think Jamaica just had the better overall team on the field. They were just better. And we reach a stage right now where we don't have to explain away a win. Other than to say the better team won. And it's a great feeling, because the last time when Jamaica beat Canada, the Damian Lowe game. We call that the Damian Lowe game. It was just 10 minutes of madness, right? While in this game, it was 90 minutes of just pure dominance. It really was on the overall. So, like you said, hats off to Wendell Downswell. He clearly did something right. Hats off to the whole coaching staff. Hats off to the players. They had a plan and they executed the plan flawlessly, and they got their just due. So, ready up for the World Cup of Qatar.
Yeah, man. And I was wrong. They didn't butter bruise Aruba. They butter bruise Cayman Island 12. That was the team. So I was wrong in that statement. But congrats to all the teams that qualified for the upcoming u17 World Cup. Mexico look like they're on the verge. They have one more game remaining in Group A. Panama, Group B. Haiti already booked their spot. Costa Rica out of Group D. Of course, USA in Group E. And Cuba qualified via Group F. The Reggae Boyz in Group G. And Honduras out of Group H. So all group winners automatically advanced to the 2026 U17 World Cup. Big up to the youngsters. And like you say, the important measuring stick is what will happen a few years from now, right? And to see these Canadian players that we beat, do they translate more impactful at the senior level than our players? That's the measuring stick. All right.
Yeah.
Before we step away from CONCACAF, CONCACAF announced this week that they will have 6 spots for the 2030 World Cup. World Cup qualify 6.5, because intercontinental playoffs can be another route for an extra spot. And qualifiers begins next year, Junior.
Yeah. Look, I think maybe I'm getting old, but I'm World Cup out for Jamaica. Like the vibe about this World Cup that's coming up, and if we can't make it now, we can't never make it. All my energy is gone. All my energy is gone. Now check me back in 4 weeks when we play against New Caledonia and
New
beat New
Caledonia.
Caledonia. And now we say, yo, we're one game away, one game away. Watch along, one game away. If we beat Congo, we got to World Cup and we're back on the train again, right?
Yeah.
But World Cup has become such, and again, I don't know if because I'm getting old, but for me, the 32 team World Cup, where you only had what, three spots, qualification spots in CONCACAF,
Yeah.
and you sit there and you know it's a chore and you have to go through it, it meant something. No, I don't really care if Jamaica make the next World Cup. I'm now all about. I don't even know if I have any expect. I am so hurt for the last Jamaica qualification that I really don't care about how much CONCACAF team go to the next World Cup. I want to see this World Cup finish first. Then we find out who the next coach of Jamaica is and the direction, and then we start talking about possibilities.
CONCACAF. There are some in the football space in governing bodies, FIFA authority who would like to see the World Cup expand to 64 teams.
Yeah, like so it's a money grab. And fine, look, a summer for me where I can watch some games with real patriotic vested interest. I will fight that summer, right? That'll be a great summer for me. So if that's a summer that I have to look forward to, by all means, go ahead. But the luster of the World Cup will be gone by that point. The aura of the World Cup is gone. Like, come on, man, 64 teams?
Yeah,
Nah.
and I think the argument that I saw was that because there are 211 members in FIFA, they would like to do it so a third of the members. They want to have this tournament as celebrating a third of the members. A third of the members have a chance to qualify for this tournament.
All right, FIFA, if you really care about a third of the members, then get some broadcast rights for all the games, for all the World Cup qualifiers. You don't need you. It's a 4-year process. So the celebration is already you're celebrating. Each team have an opportunity to enjoy a celebration process, right? You going through a qualification campaign. You get multiple games to showcase your players in front of your home fans. You don't want a more celebration than that. So you can't come down to, well, let's culminate it at the end and put 1/3 of the teams. No, them already are celebrating them all the way up. So we're not really busy about that. We want to see a competitive tournament. Now, our national teams getting more competitive where a 64 team World Cup would make sense. I think the jury will be out. We'll have to see data on that. But I would say, you know what? Let the conference league, or the Nations Cup,
Nations
let
League, yeah.
the Nations League, let that grow and develop first.
And so the suggestion or the proposal came from your federation down in South America, CONMEBOL.
It- because you have so many. All right, I think South Americans. Let me be careful with this statement. If there's ever a group of people who has the right to be racist towards certain people is South American football fans. Because Peru, Venezuela, those fans can feel that on their day they can play against anybody in the world. but they will never get a chance to play in the World Cup as consistent as Canada, as consistent as Australia, as consistent as I want to call an African team, but I don't want
because African team. In fact, we'll see them because if Bolivia lose to Suriname in a dear half of the World Cup qualifier, then the CONMEBOL can scrap this look of desire for expand to 64 teams.
That's true.
Big up BM. BM says Jamaica qualifies for the Men's World Cup for the first time in 15 years. Of course, the 2011 edition of the u17 team. Why is a good thing. So we now wait for the senior men team to do a thing. Every Jamaican football fan must appreciate this accomplishment. We don't get these moments very often. Exactly. I do expect the Reggae Girls to qualify for 2027 Women's World Cup. Three on the road, though. 3 on the chart. All right, Junior, stepping over away from CONCACAF and celebrating the young Reggae Boyz achievements. Let's head over to England across the pond. News coming out, Sean Dyche is relieved or out as the manager for Nottingham Forest. In a statement says, we would like to thank Sean and his staff for their efforts. Forest can confirm that Dyche has been relieved of his duties as head coach. 114 days, brethren. He took over from Ange Postecoglou.
Yeah. My correct come on as come on. A correct and I chat them. Look, come on.
Can we focus on the larger where the community at large and forget about come on?
Who the hell cares about Sean Dyche and Nottingham Forest?
I mean, who hell care about Sean Dyche? Marinakas cares. The fans at the Forest, in fact, before there were certain big clubs in England, it was Forest. Nottingham Forest, wasn't it one of the first English clubs to win one of those European trophies?
Yes.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter. You
There's something for heritage, Junior. Jose Mourinho telling us all the time, football heritage matters.
Okay, and recent heritage is also more important than vintage heritage. So, looking at Nottingham Forest's recent heritage, are we surprised that Sean Dyche got fired? I am ready for a hostile takeover of the Nottingham Forest club. They need to come and take the club from this owner. He's a terrible owner.
Come and take what club from Marinakas? What? Why?
What do you mean by what? Why?
Why?
First of all, Nuno should have never been fired. That's number one. Nuno should have never been fired.
Yeah, I'll forget what
Ange should have never been fired the time when he was fired. And then now Sean Dyche, you're firing Sean Dyche. Why? Why?
They drew with Wolves.
So you sit down and think that you have a top 10 team. Clearly you think you have a top 10 team. Clearly you think you should be fighting for a European spot. You are delusional.
Nottingham Forest finished 7th last year.
Yes, and this is what the owner is going off with fool's gold. You're not that good. And right now, I said it when Nuno was fired. I said it when Age was fired, and I'm going to say it again. The coaches' fraternity need to come together and say we're not working with this owner.
FA Cup weekend, perfect timing though.
Right, and that's why I said this is the right time to fire. If you're going to make a change at head coach this weekend, it's like a de facto international break.
So
it's like a de facto international break.
I noticed in the statement though, it doesn't say who takes charge now. It just says
because
they said Sean Dyche has been relieved of duty. So who are coach aside?
It's a knee-jerk reaction. That's the thing with this idiot owner. He's an idiot. This is the third time he's doing it in a year.
So Nottingham Forest is out of a manager. Developing story just announced within the last hour. So, in fact, if you ask the AI who is the coach of Nottingham Forest, they tell you Sean Dyche.
Yeah, it's one of the like you question the Sean Dyche, we question the Sean Dyche, and the first game, if memory serves me correctly, I think they won or they drew, or I know they had some good results, and we sat down on this show and say, hey, this is what Sean Dyche does. But eventually, that voice is going to become tired. Eventually, that way of coaching rubs the players the wrong way. And it looked like it rubbed the coaches the order the wrong way as well. Because for this is too quick of a reaction. Look, we're tired of Nottingham Forest. Tired of it.
So, I mean, he should be glad he lasted 114 days. I mean, Andre Postecoglou lasted 39 days. So, I don't know. I mean, you know what? From Sean Dyche made those comments about Vincent Kompany, implying that Vincent Kompany failed up. I don't know what next for Sean now.
He goes back to punditry and cussing off. And you know who's probably laughing the most at this right now?
The people over Talk Sport.
No, the people about Bayern.
Could Sean Dyche be considered for the Spurs job? It's a vacant position also out there.
I mean, wouldn't that be the most Spurs thing? But Daniel Levy's not there anymore, so I would say this was that would be a Daniel Levy move. I think Sean Dyche might be done in the Premier League. I think Sean Dyche's next Premier League coaching job will be taking over a championship team and getting them promoted. I think this aura is done. Plus, this Zerbi is available, you know. That's a coaching spot will just open.
For what? The Forest?
For Tottenham. This Zerbi is a better hire at Tottenham.
I wouldn't hire the Zerbi either.
What the hell you mean by would you is that I think you just hate the Zerbi.
You know what? The problem here is probably a stronger word, but De Zerbi need to convince me that he's belong, that he's worth the hype. You know what? Go coach Sean Dyche vacant Forest team and bring this team up to some. De Zerbi is like a fancy Marco Silva. He is a fancy Marco Silva who just more hype recently. And we saw what happened with Marco Silva. He got the Everton job after all this excitement. Remember, De Zerbi was a hype coach over Brighton. Now he's over at Marseille now, you know, okay. I mean, Mason Green is excelling. Mason Greenwood is excelling. I mean, but come on. I will not hire De Zerbi to coach Tottenham because then I will be back where I am at the same place a year and a half from now, looking for another manager. So, De Zerbi, Brighton level, look a bit below Brighton, Nottingham Forest. Make a call to De Zerbi. In fact, you know what? That would be made for TV comedy. Because De Zerbi is quite lively and also quite argumentative. He will get along quite well with Marinakas.
Yeah, I don't think no, De Zerbi will never go to Nottingham Forest. No. I think Nottingham Forest is. I'm telling you now. I think Nottingham Forest is cursed now. I think I cannot see a coach with common sense going to Nottingham Forest. I watch Ruben go Nottingham Forest.
No, I mean, no, surely not. If Ruben goes to Nottingham Forest, it's a bit of desperation. That reeks of desperation. I mean, his stock is still high. His stock is still high. He can just go back
I think he's
to
going back to Portugal.
go back to
I think-
Portugal.
yeah.
Wait for Man City egg for drop, because if Enzo Maresca gets the job over at Man City, there's no telling that Enzo Maresca is gonna last long over there if he gets the job.
That's another name. That's another name. Enzo. Could we see Enzo Maresca at Marseille?
All right, so yeah, I could see that. I could see him at Marseille, but supposedly Enzo is waiting for City if these reports are to be believed.
Enzo is waiting for a phone call.
Yeah. Over at Tottenham, Tottenham, I've always said bring back Ange. We spoke about Thomas Frank last week. We did a shot yesterday about Tottenham, the post-match press conference, how he said he's convinced he will coach Arsenal and coach the North London derby. And I mean, the fans, Junior, his own fans sang "You're Getting Sacked in the Morning" and sang the name of Mauricio Pochettino. Why do you want to stay at this club?
Sir, that's called payout.
Yeah, I mean, you want him to get
you have to fire me.
fired so you can get your money.
Yeah, he said you're gonna have to fire me for me to leave. I'm not leaving on my own account.
No,
I
but
expect
don't shame mean anything to you?
Oh, look. I will hide under those piles of money.
That's all right. With the coach out at Marseille, where does it leave Greenwood? I don't see Greenwood staying after the summer.
I don't think Greenwood was going to stay there whether if De Zerbi was still there or not. I think look, Greenwood is not nacho cheese. Garnacho that is a real question. With Chelsea in flux, where does that leave Garnacho in the summer? That's a better question than where Greenwood goes. Greenwood is going to go to the highest bidder.
So what? So Greenwood as Mason Greenwood has cleaned up now.
I don't think Mason Greenwood was radioactive to begin with.
Well, fair enough, but some do. For those who thought he
No,
was radioactive.
No. In the football sense, for the football teams out there,
Yeah.
I don't think he was radioactive. What is his value? The valuation of the player. When Manu was saying he's worth 60, 70 million, I say, yo, he hasn't played it over 6 months. I need to see the 70 million value. Now you see it, and now Marseille going to recoup that money. So I don't think it was that image.
I can't understand that, Junior. How can Manchester United get rid of one of their most promising? When you go up and down the aisles of England and the UK, Mason Greenwood, prior to that issue, that incident, was probably top 5. Maybe top 3.
No, young baller. He wasn't.
Young baller. How can you... And it's not like a young baller who was... You say, well... I mean, he was making impact when he got minutes.
Yeah, but nobody knew what the future held. And unfortunately, that statement proved true with Greenwood. However, we have seen young players start out on fire and just fizzle out, right? Nobody knew what the future held for him. It's not like he was on a Ballon d'Or pace. He was just doing above his weight. I'm not belittling what Mason Greenwood. I loved Mason Greenwood at Manchester United. I wish he had stayed. I wish he didn't make those stupid mistakes with the girl.
But I have no wife. And also the women's club came out pretty strongly against Mason Greenwood remaining at the
He had
club.
to leave. He couldn't stay at Man U.
Yeah.
He couldn't stay at Man U. He couldn't. If Man U had an established coach, it's a different conversation. If that was Fergie, a different conversation.
Okay.
Because if we remember, Fergie really looked at the let Cantona go. When Cantona jump up, karate kick a man in the stands. Fergie wanted Cantona to stay. I was trying to angle for him to stay, but it was too far gone. I think with Greenwood, there was a little. You know what? We shouldn't even talk about that. We shouldn't even talk about that. The right decision was made, and Greenwood took the year or took the time, fixed up his image, and is now ready to move on with his career at the highest level.
Yeah,
And
because I
he's
remember
going
he also went over to Getafe in La Liga.
Right.
And now
Right.
he's found a home over at Marseille. All right, was it Espanyol? I don't remember which club. One of them. But back to Spurs. Thomas Frank is out. In the statement also, there was no announcement of who is taking charge, Junior. Who do you see for Spurs?
That's the thing. I don't know. And these owners mix. I don't know. I don't know because now you're going to have a caretaker manager coming in. I don't know. Is there a former Spurs player that can come in and be a caretaker?
No, I mean, I said this on the Sunday show, and I want to reiterate it. I would go back for Ange Postecoglou, and my reasons are: A, he won a trophy at this club. A lot of those players that are still at this club were signed by Ange Postecoglou. A lot of them are still his players. Daniel Levy is no longer there. I felt like a lot of part of the issues that Postecoglou and maybe other managers at Spurs ran into, if reports are to believe, is because of Daniel Levy, Chairman Levy. Now you have new leadership over there, new leadership in charge. Go and test the water and see if Ange Postecoglou want to come and do a thing. Because now you get a chance to really see what Ange Postecoglou... We know that Ange Postecoglou is a good coach. We may not agree with his style of football, with the high line, but he's a good coach. He has been successful wherever he's coached. A man said out of his mouth that I will win a trophy in my second year at Spurs. And we all laughed at him. Like, yo, I wouldn't think I'm a coach. Which side? And what he did, he went out and won the Europa League title. I would test the water. I mean, the only way Ange Postecoglou, if I am in charge at Spurs, the only way he doesn't come back is unless he doesn't want to come back. I will make amends. I will call him, give him a nice little contract, and start giving him the resources that he needs. Because we know that Pep Guardiola will be done in the Premier League in a not too distant future. So there could be a void right there for Man Smart if he jump right over Man City. We don't know what's going to happen with Liverpool. We do not know what's because Virgil van Dijk done. Konate probably gone the road. Salah, we don't know what Liverpool will look like next year. You go and get Ange Postecoglou, put him back with this score, and Chelsea's a young side, Pitney. We know it's Arsenal now win multiple years at trophy, and then instantly you give him some players, you're back in top 4 contention, and maybe even other things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you're gonna have to be very convincing for Ange to make a U-turn. You have to be very that argument. That sounds good, but
you have to sweet. You have something sweet. But it's crazy to me about Spurs fans. Imagine this: they are singing the name of Mauricio Pochettino. So in their eyes, Mauricio Pochettino is a great coach for them. He didn't.
Yeah.
Did he win a trophy?
No,
Okay. Okay.
but I think he has been the most successful recent coach for Tottenham. To what it was Terry Venables was the one from the 90s, right? I think it's Venables coach in the 90s.
Yeah. Terry Venables. What the brother name was it? Keegan? Did he also go?
Kevin Keegan, Kevin
Kevin
Keegan
Keegan.
was also because the Gascoigne team. You have Doug Livermore, Glenn Hoddle. Glenn Hoddle was who I was trying to remember. Glenn Hoddle coached him a little bit too.
BM says Cantona was a general. Fergie
Yo,
rated it. We can't have a general that kick people in our face.
he corrected me. I forgot that Cantona returned to play at Man U after the ban. I thought he was banned and I was banned from England for a while.
Well,
So, yeah,
big up
so
to Eric Cantona.
that proved the point. If Fergie was coaching, Greenwood would have fallen back and play.
Back to Tottenham, Mauricio Pochettino. His name always come back whenever there's a vacant seat over there. He said that he would like to return there one day. The World Cup is in a few months. Could you see it happen, Junior?
Yeah, you just bring in a caretaker, and you wait until World Cup done.
But what good will Mauricio Pochettino bring you now at Tottenham?
I don't know. I don't know. It's so hard to predict these teams now because God, back in the day, we would talk about shirt sales, we talk about revenue, we talk about global brand to kind of like project what the transfer budget would be. And he said this is what the team need, and with 500 million invested, fix the team to go from 15 to 6 or whatever, right? But it's like all them days gone. I don't know. I don't have a clue what the next Tottenham coach can bring. I don't. Football is so weird now. We see what happening with Carrick at Man U. We see what should be a warning to people is what's happening with Slot. You win the Premier League 1 year, you spend money and get better, and now you turn doodle the next year. That should be a warning to coaches in modern day football.
But hopefully you would spend the money in the right areas, though. Slot didn't.
It's easy for us to say that no, because of the result.
But even Stevie Wonder could say that.
Okay, so how you explain Aston Villa not spending money and overtaking them?
Even
It is
Stevie
weird.
Wonder could see that your defense is garbage and you're getting
Yeah,
old. And you've been running, and you acknowledge that as in Liverpool by running on Mark Guay all this time, and yet you still don't sign a defender. That makes sense, but you still sign strikers out the wazoo.
Yeah.
BM says that Eric Cantona returned to Man United and won 2 EPL titles.
I swear I did not remember that.
Yo, you see, soon as that, hey, I don't remember nothing but more about the club then. It's not that I just kind of put. I remember fondly when Andy Cole and Dwight York was beat and teaching folks. That's it for me on Manchester United. I don't remember anything else. I selectively decided to kind of put everything else out my brain.
You see that crap that the owner came out and said today, right?
Let's head over to English Premier League. Well, we're still in Premier League. We're in scores. All right. Is it accurate, Sir Jim Ratcliffe? The Daily Mail reported something as a mirror or whomever.
I mean, a lot of reputable
Oh, yep. BBC is acknowledging it.
And
Owner,
and
what is it? What is he?
he's the part owner. And the
Part owner.
prime
What
minister,
do you want? 30%?
whatever the hell it is, but the prime minister of England even coming out condemning him.
PM asked Sir Jim Ratcliffe to apologize for saying UK quote is colonized by immigrants, end quote. So why the PM have to ask him to apologize? How the PM reach over here, sir? Him not have other things to do. Him not have bigger fish to fry. Keir Starmer.
But one of the biggest, arguably the biggest recognizable football club in England is owned by a racist. Think about that.
I mean, you can see if I can get the quote here.
He's talking about how you have so many people pretty much getting assistance. I guess they call it assistance over there or whatever. It's like welfare. And saying England have so many immigrants that are on welfare. Pretty much saying how can the country get better when you're giving out money to immigrants. So basically he's saying if you never have so much immigrants, you wouldn't be bleeding so much money in welfare. Which, look, there's a political argument to be had that a proponent or an opponent of that argument will call it racist. A proponent of that argument will call it progressive or forward thinking, whatever words they want to use, right? Jim Ratcliffe need to understand the temperature of the room and know what he represents and what he can and cannot say publicly. And I honestly feel him trying to sell the club. I honestly feel like him want to get. I know they already have these. You know them have these up for sale. So Ineos is trying to sell these. I honestly think him trying to sell the club. I really do. I really do. I mean,
nothing surprised me. To me, as an immigrant, I don't agree with the comment, but you know what? This comment is not unique to. It's kind of par for the course for some of certain socioeconomic status. And Jim Ratcliffe said because the people them don't want to work, and they're taking benefits. He says you've got all the same issues with the country. If we really deal with the major issues of immigration, and immigrants, of course, have been getting the short end of the belt this year, the belt buckle. And as an immigrant myself, I say, yo, bun Babylon. Yo, when Babylon did I immigrate and not pillage other places, Babylon they not say nothing, eh? But now the thing flipped sideways. Babylon I run off them out. Them alright.
And if you are somebody that sit down and share the same views as Jim Ratcliffe and don't understand the racist if you don't understand the racist undertone of it, just F off, man. Just go away. You have idiots this past weekend. Like it's something like 5 million idiots.
Well, Junior, you came today with fire.
No, because it pisses
you're taking on some very sensitive topics this Wednesday night. Let me see a wine on my cup.
It pisses me off, man. It really pissed me off. Because you have some idiots that sat down and watched the Super Bowl. 5 million idiots. I was like, you know what? Halftime, I'm going to switch off from the Super Bowl. And I'm going to watch an all-American show. You 5 million idiots. And I don't care if YouTube takes this video down. I don't care what anybody wants to say. Y'all are some of the dumbest assholes in the world. And
Those
this
are
is
the
what
views of Junior. We
those
just
are the
were
views
allowed.
of those
We
are
were
the views of
allowed on
everybody.
TikTok a while ago. Please don't ban me back.
Those are the views of everybody that want to just live a normal life. And here's a news flash, Benton. This is a news flash. The people who are filled with hatred, they're scared to do anything about it. They just want to sit down in a little group and then wait for somebody to come with an idea, and then everybody come like, yeah, and just follow each other. And then tomorrow, when they walk past me and you on the street, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? And you know how the fake smile. That is the world that we live in right now. And newsflash, for the idiots on the other side that is acting surprised that a rich white man in England is angry that he's sharing money with people that don't look like him. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that is happening in the world. You are so blind.
Yeah, man,
That is the world we live in.
a par for the course. Par for the course right there now. Par for the course. I guess it's giving me more reason for every time Manchester United play for them lose. I want them lose
Hey.
every game. You know what? It's from now on.
Hey.
I want them lose every BBC game.
When I heard, hold on. So what do you think? You think Roman Abramovich? You think Roman Abramovich was a humanitarian?
Hey, look, Roman Abramovich. Where John Obi McHale said on him podcast. Yo, my dad was missing.
But it's the same crap we talk about Sunday.
And Roman said, Brethren, I'm going to eat our food. Send for dog them for you. So,
But it's the same thing we talked about a couple of weeks ago. We talked about Napoli and their owner and not wanting Africans. Saying they don't want Africans, but yeah, the African player will play for him team and is very happy. It's the same thing when we're watching these leagues and one team have a black man on it and the other team have a black man on it, and the home fans make racist chants to the opposing team, and the home team with the black man is like, why is he acting like this? It's the same thing.
hey, look, John Obi McHale was looked out. His family was taken care of by Roman. Yeah, and speaking of John Obi McHale,
Yes, the 6'7" mentor, the 6'7".
the man
6'7",
said that
6'7".
the Russians saved his family. Actually, I think they did send for his dad. But yeah, I understand what you said. Definitely, the world is just crazy thing.
Just stay out of my beloved football, man. Just you know
No,
what?
but I think John Barnes said it best though. Not best. I agree with what John Barnes said. And he's not the only one who echoed this sentiment. And what his point was that football is part of a society that have these people and these ills, whether it's racism, whether it's sexism, whether it's man who are fish or shark or whatever you want to call him. Well, we don't want to call the shark or fish them ill still.
The LMNOP people.
You get what I'm saying. Where people just
Yeah.
and ultimately he felt like because football teams and football clubs and leagues are a part of this society, then you're gonna have some of that in those teams and in that club. It's be a small percentage in some clubs, but you will have and also the ownership thing is also there's an exclusivity when it comes to ownership thing, right? So, and I thought I agree with John Barnes. I mean, I think, and he feels like the approach by whether it's FIFA or whether it's the English FA to try kick racism out of football. I don't know if he even consider it applaudable, but he think it's actually foolish because he say you can't really kick it out of football or out of these teams or out of until you address it in society.
And that's mighty. I agree 100% with that. And for me, I said it all the time. You don't have to. You cannot stop racism, but remove the oxygen out the room. Let them be the smallest people in the room. Don't give them the fodder that they need to feel like they are somebody. You know what? It's going to be the most prejudiced statement that people have ever heard on the internet, but I don't care. You know what? Let me not say it. Let me not say it. Let me put it another way.
How
Let me
about
put
you
it another.
sleep on that one and come back Sunday?
No, because if you let me sleep on it, I will get darker. I won't get smarter. I get darker. So the more we have all been to games. We have all been to events where for that space of time, if you were to ask everybody, if everybody was to have like, if you have the ability to remove people's memories and thoughts outside of those 2 hours and look at that person and say, do you feel there's somebody amongst you right now that doesn't like you because of the color of your skin? They will say no. They will say no because of that environment that sports affords us. And while John Barnes I agree 100% with what John Barnes is saying. Sports and just events overall that humans come together transcends all of that foolishness. Where the most racist person in the world can be sitting down in the stands and watch the most racist person in the world can be a Man City fan and sit down and watch Harry Maguire run across and slide tackle Semenyo, and that racist fan, white racist fan that hate all minorities, will want to beat up Harry Maguire for tackling Semenyo. And this idiot Jim Ratcliffe just come poison that atmosphere now with this foolishness. Get him out of our damn club, man. Get him out.
Oh, good.
Get out.
Good luck. This is
I'm starting a GoFundMe.
Hey, yo, this is the climate we live in right now globally. I mean, all of the man them who shot up away, them are forward per front page. Them chest big up here now, so you see me I say. But at time, every dog have its day. Time longer than rope. All right, let's get to the English Premier League. And again, I hope Manchester United lose every game from here on in. And sadly, they didn't lose yesterday. They were held to a 1-1 draw. In fact, and if you adjust my top 4 prediction, because I did predict this team was going to be top 4 at the beginning of the season. Somehow, West Ham couldn't secure this 1-1 draw. Junior Benjamin Sesko, late equalizer. Fergie time is back over at Old Trafford in the form of Michael Carrick.
No, Fergie time is not back. No, and that's fool's goal. I told you guys Sunday's fool's. I told you guys Sunday. I said I'm going to come back Wednesday, and I'm going to tell you guys. I may not ever say it that way, but I did warn you guys. This is fool's goal. I did tell you though. West Ham could possibly beat Man U.
And that would have been great if they could.
Yeah,
because they need the points. They need
and they should have. They should have if Colin Wilson will have just not be selfish.
Yeah.
He had 2 one-on-ones and never passed the ball. So look, Man U can still finish in the top 5 and still make it to the Champions League. But it's fool's goal. It's fool's goal.
Because West Ham, with that point, still sitting in the relegation zone. Still sitting in that relegation zone. I mean, they need all the points they can get right now. Forrest is just, Nuno has his eyes squarely set on Forrest. Junior, what a thing. What a story that would be if Nuno Espirito is able to use West Ham to leapfrog not Forest and relegate Forest. Forest is on 27 points and West Ham is on 24 points.
I think we're all hoping for that, and I would love it.
I am hoping for it.
I would love that. Hey, big up BM. So BM says Judah is like a football prophet. I remember he told us not to be surprised if Man U fails to win against West Ham. I did. I bet that. Tell BM what Judah said at the 88th minute of the game.
Which game?
The Man U versus West Ham game.
I wasn't paying attention, Junior. I was working.
I put in the chat, it's a draw game this.
I was working. Some of us have...
Come on. Well, go out with your work. Come on, I talk about, oh, should I put $100 on the... I said, come on. It's a draw game this. And she never been. She put it up and said, if she bet the $100 now, she win $555. I was like, come on. This is a draw game. West Ham is going to West Ham the game. And so said, so done. What if I listen to me when I talk, man? So watch out for my Jamaica prediction. I have a big prediction coming up for Jamaica versus Congo. Watch out for that prediction.
So wait, what is going on over here? And I try style Wendell Downswell and I take Wendell Downswell stats.
No, because come on, Butler posted, Altiman Butler. Somebody said a real Butler. Altiman
Butler posted that he's the first
national player. First to go to the World Cup as a national player and as a coach. And Cabot said someone should feel that was wrong. And I said, no, he's right for Jamaica. For Jamaica, he's right.
Yeah, but Wendell couldn't go a World Cup.
That's what I tell Cabot. That's what I tell Sebastian Correct Cabot. Wendell never play a World Cup.
Wendell who? Wendell Downswell?
Yeah.
Play which World Cup?
Exactly.
Yo, don't come off stop drink liquor night here. How many World Cup? Which World Cup? Wendell Downswell the night now coach Reno. You know what? My chest hurt me, you know. Alright, let's continue our PL roundup. Big up, come on, love. Chelsea drew 2-2 with Leeds. Bournemouth defeated Everton 2-1. Forest and Wolves 0-0. Villa 1-0 over Brighton. Junior, a strange victory here. Crystal Palace led 2-0 and suffered a 3-2 defeat against Burnley.
I don't think it's strange. I just think that Crystal Palace is so unfortunate for those fans. Because those fans came in this year with such high hopes. You know what? Imagine, think about how a Crystal Palace fan feel. You enter the year, you're riding high from last year. You have a good coach, Oliver Glasgow. You have a decent squad. Everybody wants your players. You have probably one of the best midfielders in England where everybody coveting. And you think to yourself, yo, we can probably parlay this into something, you know. We can probably fix up out of this and blah, blah, blah. And then 6 months later, the Mark Guehi saga that went through the summer and then kick off in January, you lose him. You lose Eze, you lose, even before Eze, you lose my boy there. The one that they are a Bayern. You lose all of these players. Elisa. Yeah. And all of these players, and then it culminates now to this now where you know is a poor team. You know is a team that is gutted. You know is a team that is hoping you can survive to the end of the season and hopefully strike lightning in a buckle twice and get another good coach for continue what Oliver Glasgow started. Good luck. Rough.
Yeah, and there was an own goal scored by Jefferson Lerma.
Yeah.
The question I have is like they signed Brandon Johnson from Spurs. I mean, I think everyone knew Mark Guehi was going. Why not get another defender? Man City 3-0 over Fulham. Arsenal versus Brentford tomorrow. Man City close it to 3 points, Junior.
Yeah. Yeah. Squeaky bum time. Both ends of the top six team are the top six. Both ends. Cause Liverpool now closing in with Chelsea and Man U drawing. Liverpool now closing in to the top five. And Arsenal now looking over them shoulder. Where Pep is signaling from weeks now saying, we're coming. We're coming. And guess what? They still have to play them.
Yeah,
I
that's
think they have to
not
play them at the
the
Etihad. So Arsenal, in the back of Arsenal mind right now, it should be worst comes to worst. We are tied with Man City right now. Every game we play, moving on out, Man City are tied on points because of that one extra game that Man City going to play Arsenal. The worst comes to worst. Let's give Man City the win. We tied with Man City now. So that's a lot of pressure coming
Yeah,
in. And
and I mean the game. No, all right, but you want to win trophy. This is where you have to go through sometime. I mean, ultimately, you want to win trophy. You just have to straighten up your back and go win trophy. At the end of
you
the
said
day,
it better.
they travel. Yeah, you would love to win it that easier way. They travel to Brentford tomorrow. Brentford sitting in 7th position. The CM Brentford, who last weekend defeated Aston Villa. I mean, I don't see Brentford being able to defeat Aston Villa last weekend and then Thursday beat or take points off Arsenal. No, I don't see this happening.
So this is the thing for me. The Semenyo effect.
Yeah.
How long does that last? How long does that
No,
little
wait.
jolt?
It's not even Aston Villa they beat, Junior. Sorry. They beat Newcastle 3-2. So they beat Aston Villa on February 1st and they beat Newcastle on this past weekend.
Yeah.
But then the
And
CM Brentford lose at home to Nottingham Forest on January
and
25th.
they are 3 points off from Arsenal, from Liverpool, for 6 in the Europa spot.
Yeah, yeah.
And if Brentford win by more than one goal, they will overtake Liverpool on goal difference. So there's so much riding on this game for Brentford. The focus should be there, laser focus. But Arsenal are the better team.
Yeah, man. Arsenal beat them. I mean, and of course, this is probably just Premier League. I try hype up a game. Nah, Arsenal win this game. I mean, if Arsenal lose this game, then they can pack up a trophy.
But then you look at them. I'm looking at Arsenal's run. So they play Brentford, which is a difficult game going to Brentford. Then they play Wigan in the FA Cup, meaningless game. Then they travel to Wolves, travel to Tottenham in the London Derby. Then they host Chelsea, another London Derby. Then they travel to Brighton, host Everton. They play City in the Cordoba Cup final, host Bournemouth, and then they travel to the Etihad, April 18th. They are favored in most of those games, but, and it's a huge but, there is murderer's row because City now host Newcastle, travel to Leeds, host Nottingham Forest, travel to West Ham, travel to Chelsea, then host Arsenal, then go to Burnley. that April 18, Chelsea has a lot to say about this title race. Because for both teams, Chelsea is that one game. That is that.
Because Man City will play Chelsea on April 11th and Arsenal on April 18th.
Right.
Okay.
And Man City hosts Aston Villa to end the season. Yo, there's so much riding on these games.
Yeah. Well, this is good though. This is good that we have a potential competitive running. This is good.
Yeah.
This is good. Top 4 in the EPL: Arsenal 56, Man City 53, Aston Villa 50, Man United 45, Chelsea 44. So Man United remains in that 4th spot. Liverpool 42 and Brentford in the 7th position on 39 points. Arsenal and Brentford round out the round tomorrow. Before we step away from football, Junior, just one quick announcement. Cristiano Ronaldo, according to reports, apparently ending his strike, Junior.
Yeah, and more importantly, there's rumors that he's going to go back to Sporting. So that came out that one or two little players saying they are confident that he's looking to go back to Sporting. But Ronaldo, good luck, Ronaldo.
Some in-depth analysis there, Junior. I mean,
no, but why would Ronaldo? He's playing. Look, the next time Ronaldo is really important to football will be in June at the World Cup. Before then, the Saudi League is reaping what they sowed.
Hey, maybe we'll start seeing the exodus.
Yes,
Maybe we'll start seeing the exodus. Some reports that are Cristiano Ronaldo returning back to sports.
You remember the Chinese Super League had the same thing?
Yeah, the Chinese. Yeah, yes. You remember Oscar?
Yeah. So it's the same thing.
Did Drogba go over Chinese Super League too?
I think he went to MLS, right?
He was in the US also. But did he play MLS or was he playing at some USL foolishness?
I think it was more
Montreal Impact, Phoenix Rising. That's what I was remember. Yeah, man, he did over China, man. Shanghai Xinhua.
Yeah,
he did 1 year after he left Chelsea. And then he returned to Chelsea 24-25. Yo, Didier Drogba, big up yourself. All right, before we take over ourselves, Junior, quickly, cricket news before we go my way out. T20 cricket World Cup news. West Indies defeated England today. You know, I know you watched the game, so talk to me.
Yeah.
West Indies 196 for 6 in their 20 overs. Bowled out England for 166 in 19 overs.
Which
a
they
victory
were.
of 30 runs.
Yeah, they weren't. England wasn't going to get there. But what pisses me off with West Indies now, 'cause I'm pissed off. What pisses me off with West Indies is the selective nature of these players deciding when and where they want to play cricket, when and where they want to be competitive. And they can't seem to collectively make that decision. So you need some outside catalyst to influence these players to come together and say, I am going to play my best cricket right now. And that speaks to the coaching. That speaks to the direction at the top of the team. Because if this West Indies team can show up, granted, they've not played the big dogs yet. Granted, England is not considered a big dog in T20. But they are doing what we did not expect them to do. So it's time for we look at the leadership and think maybe these players are leading themselves. Maybe we need a different voice up top. And yes, Darren Sammy, I'm talking to you. Other than that, I'm happy. Now we can watch T20 and feel a little bit good watching it versus have to try to find some reason why I'm going to like India or some reason why I'm going to like Pakistan or some reason why I'm not, well, I was going to say Bangladesh, but we know what happened with that. So,
I kind of take a different angle. I really did not expect West Indies to win in this form, in this manner. I think a 30 runs victory in T20, and England is a good team. It's a good team. Harry Brook and Jacob Bettel, the man that will make some runs. And they do have some bowlers. I've always said with the West Indies team is that the jury's out on the bowling department. Shafian Rutherford came to the party, made 76 from 42 deliveries. It was an impressive knock. Even Rustan Chase, Jaja, this is a miracle. It's a Festivus miracle. Rustan Chase contributed with the bat. I will say though, West Indies and England, it doesn't matter what format, these two teams seem to square off. There's, a tit for tat. And, like some of these players, they're very close. They know each other. Like, Jafra Archer is from Barbados. He plays for England. Jacob Bethel is from Barbados. He plays for England. So, them know each other. Sometimes them have off-season together. Them trade. So, there's this one-upping each other when they square off. And I think ultimately, this is just, we not get carried away with this victory. Second, okay, you defeated Scotland, you defeated England. Okay, let's keep going because ultimately you want to finish high up in that group so you can advance to a better path to a final. Because trophy one, no foolishness. We're not trophy one. The other results from today, Australia batter bruised Ireland by 67 runs. Junior, you talk about my goat mouth on Thomas Frank. I did it to Afghanistan. I did pick Afghanistan to do well in this tournament. In fact, I think I even did pick Afghanistan as a dark horse to win.
yes, he did. Yeah.
I did, and Afghanistan Afghanistan lose both games, both opening games, beaten by New Zealand and beaten by South Africa. So Afghanistan is dead a road. Them gone.
But you realize now big boys come to the party.
Yeah, they're out. They're out. So before we exit, we know it's at time. Pakistan, India decided to play after all. This game is Sunday. Of course, the Pakistani government boycotted the game, and now them reverse course.
Be careful with that statement, though, because the statement by the Pakistani government is after. I'm going to paraphrase.
I can't pull up the exact statement.
Over another time, because I have a cutout, I have a hard stop. But basically, they are instructing the players to go play. That was the last part.
Yes.
Are we sure the players are bought into this? We're talking like the government can force the players to play.
Of course, I want to you. And them not show up. Where them I go? Where are they going to go afterwards? What country are they going to show up to?
We will see.
BCN Sports Halftime Show, the Pakistan government, and if I feel like it and have the vibes, Sunday, I might see if I can do a cast, no football game. Might see if I can do a little watch along for this Cricket India game. Let's see how it go. At least for a part of it. That's it in a junior. Hard stop. Time for go my way yard.
Yeah, man.
BM, big up yourself. BM, big up to all those on the live. Big up to those on Facebook. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys this weekend. Have a safe rest of the week.